ice. You bless the woman and fight. Watch how the party turn up tonight. Because we out and bad and the people fed that we causing trouble. Just watch how we causing trouble. Everybody buying bottles. Well, after we causing trouble. Somebody give me room to mash up this place. Front to the back, so jump up and away. Whole place shell is madness.
What's up? Today we're focusing on a dramatic carnival look, and this was an actual get ready with me that I did recently for Cayman Carnival. That's in Grand Cayman. So of course you guys know you want to always start off with freshly moisturized skin. I moisturized lightly today just because it was a long day on the road and it was really hot, so you want to make sure that your skin is kind of like on the more matte side, and for me I have combination skin, so I did go in, and you guys know I'm gonna get my lip plumper, all that good stuff, and then the first thing I do is prep my brows. So I did the whole thing with my Got2b gel, and now I'm just cleaning up or sharpening up the bottom of my brows rather with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn. And then for the mid to outer part, I take my Too Faced concealer in the shade Light Beige. You've seen me doing this a lot in my most recent makeup tutorials, and I'm trying my best to make these as even more detailed than before, than the other ones that I resumed with the other day, because I realized you guys are asking for it, so I'm gonna give it to you. So yeah, I'm just blending right here, but all in all, I do have a vlog, by the way, with this whole experience, so I'll link that down below. It was so lit, and I'm so excited for my costume that I'm gonna go ahead and wear. I was so excited to even go ahead and film this for you guys. On to the main character. So now we're priming the skin, and I'm taking my Revlon Photoready. I know I've shown you guys this here on this channel some time ago, but it's a while ago that I've used this primer, and I decided to go ahead and get it again and just put it back in my collection. I feel like this has always been my go-to matte primer. This is a very strong matte primer. I've used this in my freelance kit. I've used this in my personal kit. It always works. And I feel like whenever you want to wear your makeup for prolonged periods, this primer definitely is it. When it dries down, you see how that whole look like milk of magnesia, but this is actual makeup. So I always recommend this primer. Now, I don't know, I haven't used this in a while, but I noticed that I don't know what they changed with the formula. If you notice, there was a bit of a purple hue. The greatest thing is that it didn't affect the outcome of my makeup in terms of color. But yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, that's how it looked once I was finished with applying it. I rubbed it in and kind of just like pat it in, and then after that I kind of let it cook, and now I'm going in with the whole eyeshadow portion. Now this is where it gets really fun. I took this tapered blending brush from Sonia Kashuk, and this is what I'm going to use to apply my crease color today. So I did mostly motions of like patting first to apply that product, and then I swiped later on to further blend. Now I was using a pigment here, and I'm going to list all the specific products to use down below, so please check my description box. But what I did, when you're using a pigment like an eyeshadow pigment, you do not use a lot in one application. Like, you build it up, because if you take too much at once, it will look too patchy. You notice on that inner lower portion, you saw how it looked a little patchy. That's because a little bit too much was on the brush, but I blend it out eventually. But that's something you want to avoid whenever you're working with products like these. You want to just take a little at a time and keep on just blending that out. That's the key to looks like this with products like that. You need to spend time blending, and I feel like whenever you're doing looks like this, you need to make sure you have time. You do not want to rush at all. So as you can see, I was making the blue more intense, and obviously my costume that I'm wearing today is blue. It was actually a denim costume. It was my first time wearing a denim carnival costume. That was so different and fun to me, by the way. So I was so excited. But you see how beautiful this blue is? And then you see where I start to do more windshield wiper motions. Once I get kind of like that desired amount in the crease, I kind of do more windshield wiper motion, and I was kind of flicking it outwards from the eye so I could get like a nice cat eye vibe. But that's really the focus. You just want to take your time to build it bit by bit and blend. All right, and it is so gorgeous. So I must say, this eye look is really like a combination of a traditional eyeshadow vibe, and then in the end I kind of twisted it up with something a little bit more current, and you're gonna see that towards the end of this video with the whole gem vibe. So yeah, as I said, traditional. So I'm going in with like a traditional cut crease here where I get my concealer, and you always want to just take your time to, you know, kind of work on your crease. You don't must always get the line perfect right away. You just want to make sure that you have a very steady hand while doing this. And there's one thing that I always do to kind of measure where exactly to place that crease with the concealer, because you don't want to do it too low. That way it will create like a double crease. So there's this thing I did, which you will see further down, where I kind of look up to ensure that the line was in the right place on the lid. You see that? Yeah, so that's a little trick there to help you to figure out the placement of where you should put your line whenever you're creating your crease. And I just wanted that to be a very even canvas so that I could go ahead and follow up with this shadow. So I just decided to go ahead and use a silver shadow because I felt like it really helped with creating like that nice look, especially to go with the whole denim vibe. And I got this shadow from the Riviera palette from ABH, and I just did patting motions. It's a shimmery shade. I just kind of pat that on the area. It was gorgeous. Everything was looking amazing. I went into my Fawn Cosmetics palette and I got this black eyeshadow. I placed this on the outer V of the crease and just my eye there, and I was doing patting motions just that I could kind of entwine everything together. So what I wanted to do was create depth. I wanted my blue to look a little deeper. I used the same blue pigment, but I placed black beneath that just so that I could deepen it up just a little bit. I didn't want to use a deeper shade blue. This is just what I wanted to do. So I was just playing around with the shadows and yeah, building up that shadow and flickering it out towards the end. As I said, I wanted to create like that cat eye vibe. Took my Maybelline Blackest Black gel liner to create a wing. So I recently did a Siren Eyes makeup tutorial. I feel like that tutorial could help you a lot with creating like a nice wing. And if you guys want me to go even more detail, then you could let me know down below if you want me to do a like wing liner tutorial. I got this liquid liner here. I did order these some time ago on Amazon. This will be my storefront down below. I kind of created a double line there with that, so you could check down below for the specific name of that product, as I said before. Now it's time to move on to foundation. I'm taking my Forever Dior in the shade 5W. I used like ultimately 4 pumps, and as you can see, my skin is pretty matte, which is definitely what I wanted. And I must say guys, this makeup, it wore down beautifully. I did not have a speck of sweat at all on the road. If you watch my vlog, you will see how beautifully this makeup wore down. My skin did not look oily and greasy and tired. Okay, yeah, so I was just doing patty motions to apply that with my brush. I then went in with my concealer in Light Beige again to highlight all the high points, or all the points that I wanted to draw more light to on my face. And again, if you guys want like a flawless, very detailed, like neutral makeup application tutorial, especially for beginners, that will be listed down below. I recently did a tutorial on that. But yeah, so now I'm just gonna work on blending this out with my damp beauty blender. Now I pretty much move on to setting everything with powders. I did not stress these steps too much. Apply the same blue liner to my lower lash line. And then I'm going in with this blue liner underneath that wing that I created earlier on, and I even applied some of the gel liner to my waterline. All right, I wanted to really intensify the eyes, so that's the reason why I opted to go ahead and apply black to the waterline, and that was looking so sharp. Loved it. I can't tell when last I did a look this, I mean, apart from when I'm doing my reels for Instagram, but like a look like this to actually go out, I was feeling it. So I did apply my lashes, which are from IC. Yeah, I got them from my hair package, just in case you guys are wondering, and I applied my mascara to that. So now I brushed away all the powder I was using to bake. And I just made sure everything was balanced, and I applied my blush to the high points of my cheeks. And you guys know the vibes. I just use like dabbing motions. After that, I was done with most of what I needed to do with the face, so I went ahead and applied my first layer of setting spray, and I followed up with my illuminator from Makiage in Golden Sand, because I definitely wanted to have that nice luminous vibe going. Now for the fun part, I took this clear adhesive, and this is where I opted to go ahead and apply gems. So this is where I kind of twist up things with the eye look and make it really dramatic and very carnival appropriate. I love the fact, at first I was thinking about just applying gems to one half of my face, but I said, I don't know, I just had a change of heart and I decided to do this, and I just winged it in terms of the placement of the gems. But yeah, that's it for the eye makeup. Now for the lip look, you guys know I'ma always do a neutral lip, right? Especially with eyes like this. Come on, you guys know I'm not gonna do color. So I did line it with some brown liner. I used my Cocoa Latte liner from Juvias Place, and I actually used concealer on the inner portion. I love this gloss from Fenty. This is going to be listed down below, but it really gave that beautiful shimmer and just juicy, delicious look. I love this. So gorgeous. This was pretty much it, and I did set the face with my wand size, by the way. I don't know how I didn't get that on camera, but I did. So moving on to the costume. First, I went ahead and put on my stocking. I was wearing a pair of V stockings. These are always best to wear with your costume on the road because they kind of just follow the line. I mean, more than likely, pants is gonna be like a V cut. So at least the ones I always wear. So this kind of stocking is always convenient. And to be honest, guys, I was struggling, to be honest with you. It was not easy. Like, it took so much time for me to figure out putting on the costume. I know it looks so minimal, but it is a lot of pieces. It's like, it's so separated when you get it. You have to literally look at the picture and kind of figure out how to put it together. But happy that I still managed to get everything done in time, and this is the final look. Let me know what you guys think about this carnival dramatic makeup look, the whole get ready with me. I told myself, like, listen, I'm definitely giving them this video. But yeah, that's it for today's makeup look / get ready with me. Go ahead, give it a thumb up if you found it informative, if you liked it. Check down below for all the information mentioned, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. And oh, drop what look you want to see me do next down below. Okay, bye.